Hey guys, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So today I am over here by my shelving unit where I keep a lot of my stuff, where I keep most of my stuff. Some things are in that room down there where that door is. I've taken you in there before, but I had a request from one of you, Mags, to do a journal a la naturel. And what she meant by that was to go from beginning to end in my process of how I come up with stuff. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't really have a process that other people might have. Usually something strikes me in a color or in a theme as far as like a topic or whatever. Or maybe I'll create the cover and then afterwards I'll decide what I want to do with that cover. So, but in this case, she had asked that I do a particular type of journal for you guys that didn't have any digis or any scrapbook paper that had to be like printed out. And so I am over here by my books, some of my books, and I thought that we would look at going through some of them together. So I pulled out a couple of pages already out of this book right here. Okay. It's the Victorian Catalog of Household Goods. I first saw this book on Tina's channel, and I went on Amazon, found it, and bought it. So, yeah, it was a used book I bought, and then I brought this from Flagstaff. This was one of the books I got there. Tons of amazing pictures, and the reason I struggle with using it right now is because I want to make a DigiKit for you guys, and I don't want to use up all the pages, you know, before I do that. But I did go through the other day. The light's shining, so sorry. I did go through that the other day and cut out a bunch of different things for me to start creating a digital kit from, to get scanned in and have ready for you guys. So I thought maybe we'd look there. Now we have this book, which also another one that's incredible. It's called Her Story. It's a timeline of the women who changed America. And it just has the most beautiful pictures. I was thinking that I could pull a couple of pages out of here for something to add to the pages in the journal. And then of course I have this right here. I thought this would be fun. I have not torn into this yet. This is the yearbook that I got at that antique shop up in Flagstaff that's got tons, look at this, of wonderful, oh, I've got it upside down, so sorry, wonderful pictures. It's got class, let's see here, see, it's got class picture, look at that, isn't that cool? That's how they had them in their class pictures. So yeah, literary society, and then there's small pics of sports, push ball. This was the Acorn University, I believe, yearbook for like 1920 something. Let me see. Oh no, 1915 right there. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm looking here, and then up here I've got a, see, oopsie, flipped it. I need to do that. I've got a bunch of novels and different stuff that I picked up as well. So I'm going to pause and pull some of these and get them ready to go sit at the desk and look at them and pick pages. Be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So I have pulled a bunch of books off the shelf, and some of these we can make ephemera out of course. Some I'm going to choose to put into the actual book as just kind of decorative pages, you know. This is an old poetry book. I dropped it when I was bringing it over and it cracked. Look at that. Completely shattered the poor baby. It is the Poems and Plays of Oliver Goldsmith. It says here that it was out of Edinburgh. Isn't that cool? Well, it's cool for me because I'm in America, so anything that's in Europe makes me go, ooh, you know, because, yeah, we love that, right, guys? Yeah, it doesn't say what year this was made. I'm sure I could look it up and find out, or produced, published, whatever. What I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and pull out a few of these pages because I want to, what I think I'll do is just do a little, these are done in like little tiny signatures. So what I think I'll do is just find the center. There's the center right there, and cut that string there, the thread, the bookbinder's thread. And that way, when I take it apart, it'll come right out. So let's see here, without so much struggle, I hope. Let's see. What I'm thinking is I can use this in making ephemera, gluing the pages together, making them a little stronger, or gluing them to some better, you know, quality, thicker paper and strengthening them. And also I was thinking they could be sewn into the book just as a quip of poetry, you know, that would be inside the book. So I'm going to use that. Now this was placed to me as a request / challenge from you, Margaret, Miss Megs. So I am taking on this challenge. I have never made a junk journal that didn't use any digitals, okay? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I can use, I'm looking at your message. You said no scrapbook paper and no digitals of any kind or any use of a printer. I'm reading her message to me. Only book pages, coffee dyed paper, and scrap paper. Okay, I don't have a ton of scrap paper that's like, I don't know, vintage. I mean, I have scrapbook scrap paper. I have digital scrap paper. I don't have like a lot of scrap paper that's not out of books. I mean, or that's not been printed before. So I can't use scrapbook paper that's out of like paper pads that somebody would have access to. I'm confirming. So if you could, I'll probably comment to you in the message anyway, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and ask you that question. So I'm taking some of these out. Now this, I believe, it's French. I think it's, oh, it says introduction notes, exercises, and a vocabulary. I'm not sure. Somebody let me know. Is this, I could look it up, but I'm not. Anyway, some type of French book. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going through from smallest to biggest, and so these are really old. This one's from 1808. Woo! That is old. Gee whiz. And this is another poetry book by William Cowper. This is volume 2. I guess it came in 2 volumes. Oh my goodness, this book is over 200 years old. That's crazy. Look at it. It's the paper feels kind of almost, it's thick actually and strong, but it feels almost grainy. Like I don't know, like it would be very porous if you wrote on it, that kind of paper, almost like a thinner construction paper feel. It does not have its cover, so I'm not going to feel super, I actually have the cover, but they fell off. I'm not going to feel guilty about this. It isn't even guilt. It's more of just like this respect thing for the book itself being as old as it is. I think that's probably more, I should probably say how I'm feeling is to tearing it apart is, you know what I mean? It's just not, I don't find that easy. I don't do it easily. I'll be honest. There's times like right now that I go, oh gosh, this book is so old. Do I really want to tear it up? You know, but it's already torn up. It's just the body of the book is in really good shape. I'm looking here for the, like, where there's some sewing is why I'm searching, because I can't find it. Here we go. Oh, there, it just, there we go. It's really ready to go. I'm just going to cut that thread that's already ripping. Oh my goodness, that's funny. You try being 200 years old and see if you don't tear easily, right? Yeah, I'm just going to take this out. I probably won't use all of these pages in this. Oh, that's tearing. Shoot. I probably won't use all of these pages, but it's just the section that came loose, so I'm going to take it and put this to the side. So this video is going to be me choosing like different papers I'm going to use. Now this came out of that Victorian book, and I was thinking that this would be kind of a fun, this is like one of the sections, and it has all the stuff that's in that section. This is one of the, let's see, this is the Glassstone Doulton Ware, oh, my name, terracotta and majolica filters, or mejolica, I'm not sure. Anyway, and so, and here's some champagne glasses and engraved table glasses. And I was thinking these would look kind of cool as a page, you know, folded sideways, and then decorated on top of, you know, and it's thicker paper. This book is from, let's see, let me open it real quick and see if there's, it's not as old. It's like, I believe it's out of the 80s or something. Oh no, this edition is 1991. So it's not a super, super old book. So it's pretty healthy paper, is my point. So now let's look at, oh wait, no, I wanted to go small to largest. So let's get in here. This one is a Sherlock Holmes. Look how old it is. And it's just, now I've already torn out of it. I have read The Red-Headed League, and I actually have this same book. It's all of his different mysteries in a much newer version I got at, what do you call it? What's the big bookstore? You know what I mean. Barnes & Noble. However, this one is super, super old, and it's got the coolest thin paper. It feels like a Turkish paper, almost like a Bible page, you know? So I want to pull some from here because this paper's just awesome. Let me see. Are there pictures in this book or anything? Nope. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going from the front to the back and just pull some out. Let's see. Let's get a... And I think what I'm going to do is try to utilize this paper. The ones that I don't use to just like put in a signature, I want to try and use to... what do you call it? Make ephemera, you know? So that's why I'm going ahead and I'm tearing out some extra pages. Now, this one is Cassell's New Biographical Dictionary, which is also falling apart. Poor little baby. It looks like it's from 1892. Published out of London, Paris, and Melbourne. So we're just going to go from the beginning like I did with the others, and I'm just going to take a section. These are all different sizes. I thought that would be kind of handy to make different sized ephemera and different page entries. Like I said, I've never ever done a journal with just coffee dyed paper, book paper. You know, I've just always utilized some form of, this is all the wonderful, beautiful ladies that are in this book. As you can see, the pictures are from way back when to probably really close to now. Let's see, 2007 looks like. Yeah, looks like 2007. So we're going toward the back. And what's this? A card. Fisherman's Wharf Pure in Redondo Beach, California. So I guess this book has probably traveled. Look how beautiful she is. Now see, that's the reason I was hesitant to use the pages out of this book, because I know there's going to be pages that I can pull out, pictures, I mean images, that I can pull out and create a beautiful digital kit that's a little more authentic, you know. This looks like a good page. It's not drop dead gorgeous pictures of women. It's beautiful elderly women, but I probably wouldn't make a kit from. And I'm just thinking to put these in as either backdrops or also to use as signature pages, to maybe glue, like, say one half is here, to glue like a strip of coffee dye paper on there, or some type of paper that they can that the person can journal on, you know. But also have these gorgeous, beautiful ladies in the images. Isn't she pretty? See, that's what I mean. Just gorgeous. Look at that. And these are the ones I kind of really wanted to scan in and use for digital kits. Yeah, this one looks like a good page. Okay, so we got a few pages out of that one. I grabbed quite a few books, hoping I could. Now this book is the Tiffany Diamonds Poetry and Prose. I have not used this one at all yet, I don't think. The paper is just so old and beautiful. I love it. Now, I don't really, oh, look at that. Little cows. So sweet. The Hebrew lace. The poet's song to his wife. American aristocracy. Here we go. So, see how easily, yeah, this paper is pretty weak. Okay. I'm kind of trying to pull where it's not got images on it, because I'm thinking of this, I want to like split it like this so that part of it's on one page and part of it's on another. And I might need to glue these together, because this is definitely really, really weak paper. So I will probably be gluing some of this together. Oh, that's a pretty sketch. Or gluing it to a firmer piece of paper, yeah, because it's literally just cracking. So, yeah. All right. Oh, boy. The Acorn Yearbook. Let me see here. So, I don't know if I'm gonna, this is nice. These pictures, I like those. But see, those, I wanted to cut these down, or even get an oval punch and punch these out and create a digital kit. I thought would be really cool to have all these pictures. So I'm not sure I want to use it. This paper's so cool from here, from the back. It's like a, it feels almost like cotton. Let me see. The Kaminsky Literary Society. Okay. The beautiful girls. Can you see that? Look at them. They're so pretty. Can you see? All these lovely ladies. Yeah, I think I'm going to wait with this one, you guys, just because I have work in there to do. I feel it, and I don't want to mess it up and then be upset with myself. Okay, this book is Literature and Life by Miles Keck, book 1, and it is from, published in Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, New York, back in 1940. Yeah, so this one was done in 1940. Paper is like, it's almost like when they started to use shinier paper, but it's still not. So I think it's a bunch of different stories. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, The Fight with a Hawk. That's probably not something I would be super interested in. So we're going to take from this story. Let's see. This is a tiny little section of a signature out of here. Yep. And so I'm just going to go in here and cut this thread so that I can get this out of here easier. Be really careful if you do this with your books, with your that razor blade, if you're using one of these knives. I'm sure you all know that. I'm just being extra cautious. Make sure I said that. It's very sharp and you can slip. There's times when you'll be cutting and it'll slip on you. Let's see if this one will come out a little bit easier now that I trimmed that off. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a selection. Now this book is The Great Composers. This is the one I pulled open a few minutes ago. This book is amazing, and I've already gone through a nice little chunk of it in the front and pulled out, like I said, a bunch of images for scanning. I just got to get busy and scan it. You know, it takes time, and scanning gets kind of boring for me, I'll admit it. But once I get them in there, see, look at that. And there's, I mean, it's paintings, it's announcements for, I think it's for like concerts and stuff. You know, it's just some really cool stuff. Let's see here. And the further, it seems like the further into the book I get, the better the images become, and, you know, just the more, I don't know, intriguing to me they are. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, she's gorgeous. I started to tear that out, but look at her. I'll be saving that one. It's almost like a history around the lives of these composers, like what was going on in the world. I haven't read the book yet or anything, but from what I was gathering the other day as I was pulling pages and, you know, cutting, it's like all the artists that were popular at the time, the people that, the wars, the people that were in control. It seems to be what the book centers around. Oh, here's a cool page with a map of Sweden and Norway. Yeah, let's use that. That's a cool page. Okay. Yeah, this is honestly going to be a challenge for me, Max. Everybody. So it's going to definitely test my creative juices and see if I can do something that's not. Let's see. More nice images of beautiful ladies. So, okay. So this is going to be the first step, is choosing the papers I'm going to use. She had wanted me to create it from, you know, scratch and show you. And I've done quite a few journals with you guys already. I hope that you'll enjoy this. I'll admit, my journal videos are not as viewed as some of my more project type videos, so I'll probably post a video for this once a week or something like that, since I only do the 4 days. And more than likely, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. This is going to be building a junk journal from scratch with no digis, no scrapbook paper. That'll probably be how I post it. My biggest thing, that's a pretty picture, is making sure that I do a good job of making it interesting without, you know, a lot of pre-made stuff. And that is a challenge. Let's see. Which is a good thing, right? He was handsome. Franz Liszt, or Litz, I'm not sure. That's a funny picture. Yeah, but there's some good, I'm having a hard time tearing stuff away from this book. Using stuff out of it. Now I will probably go ahead and grab, let's see, a couple more, also some pages out of my dictionary that I have, but I use that one all the time with you guys. You see me use it a lot, so I'm not going to pull it out right now. I've got some pages torn out already, so it's not going to be. Let's see. Gosh, there's just some really cool images in this book. Oh, and you know what else we can use? I just thought of. That's a nice one. Let's see. I was just thinking we can also use, here, I see I'm right here in the center of the signature, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this thread here, if I can. There we go. I have those magazines that I did, all those ads, the Digi for you guys I did that has the ads in it. That might be a pretty cool addition. What I do with those sometimes is I watercolor those old photos or images, I mean, and I've found that that's a pretty cool way to utilize them. So maybe we'll do that with one or two of those. Let's see here now. There we go. I'm not sure what is even on there, but okay. All right, there, that's that. Okay. Now we have, oh boy, do I have a mess over here. Now this one here is one that is really pretty cool. As you can see, it's just full of awesome things from way back when. And I really, really, really wanted to pull some of these and turn them into digis for you guys. So I am very hesitant to pull too much from this book. But these would make some fun ephemera. And pages too, also to build on, because these could be just the backdrop with pieces on it, you know, and distressing this and everything will make it look pretty cool. There's another one of those pages. It's got like a listing of all the things that are in this section. We have trays and look at all that. Just all kinds of kitchen stuff, and oh, look at all the birdhouses. That's cool. I think I'll take one of these. Let's take one of these out. There we go. What I'm going to do, because these pages are so big, I'm probably going to be trimming them down to size for a journal. So some of the stuff that's in there is going to go. Okay, so we've got some pages to work with now. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second while I get my other paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so what I have here is all of my tea dyed, coffee dyed, avocado dyed pages. I've got all of my papers. These are some like papers that have design on them that are for writing, you know, letters and stuff. And then I've dyed those as well. So I'm thinking that I'm going to mainly pull from this front section here, which is coffee dyed and tea dyed paper. Okay, I'm going to put the phone back in my little holder. There's my coffee cup. You see all my goodies over here. What I was thinking, and what I usually do, so that you know, is I think I have this pulled back as far as it will go, so I'm going to lift it a little so you can see better. So I'm going to go through, and what I do is I usually do 3 sections or 3 signatures, and I usually try to have the signatures around 12 pages. Now I do have some fun, these are pages out, and I think I might use them. These are from notebooks. Okay, this is like a journaling notebook I got at Barnes & Noble years ago. I was just using some of these pages the other day. So because I do 3 sections, I'm going to pull 2 of each of these. Okay, so there's 4, and let's do 2 more, 5, 6, because I think those will be pretty in there. Okay, so there's 2 per section. I just did 6 of them. Okay, and then I have some others here. These are some that I avocado dyed out of journals. I buy, like, here's some, you know, what do you call it, dot journal, and I buy a journal and I will utilize it, you know, how I want. I'll tear it apart and use the paper inside. So let's see, I'm going to do, these are tea dyed, and I don't have as many of those as I have coffee, so I'll probably do more on the coffee. I'm going to do, let's see, I did 2 each of those. So because I usually do around 12 pages in each signature, okay, so I'm going to do, I'm doing math in my head here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sorry, this is really sticking together here for me. 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I'm going to do 6 in each section of the coffee, and then I'm going to do 3, or no, I'm going to do 2 of the tea dyed in each section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll make, let's see, 6, 2, that's 8, and then 2 of those notebook pages, and then our book pages. So I'll equal it out to 12, because I like to do 12 pages in each signature. So I'll be right back. I'm going to move this. Okay, so now I do want to take a second to point out that this is one way that I do this. This is not the only way that I do a junk journal. Sometimes when you're new to junk journaling, or you're just maybe not thinking about it, I always want to point out there's multiple ways to do things. You don't have to do it this way. You don't have to feel, I'm straightening it. Sorry, I'm trying to get the phone back where I need it, or where we all need it. Anyway, you know, you don't have to be tied into one particular format. This is my first time doing one with no digitals and not using scrapbook paper. And so what I'm doing is formulating a brand new way for me to do this. But my rule of thumb for my signatures is I usually do 3. I think 90% of the time I've done 3 signatures in my journals. And I do them with 12 pages, okay, for each signature, for the most part. And so that is a pretty hard and fast rule for me, but it doesn't have to be for you. I always fill my journals with so much ephemera and stuff, you know, or pockets and things that I've created, that it ends up being really chunky, and so I don't want to have too many pages. I've done that, and it ends up I have to take some out. Sometimes I've even created a second mini journal to go with the main journal because I just had too much, you know. Okay, so now we are going to choose some pages. Actually, what I think I'll do first is I'm going to go ahead and get these guys. So all I'm going to do is, you know, fold these in half. I've got my little bone folder here, and I'm just going to quickly go through, and you guys get the picture. I'm going to fold them in half and have them. And what I do is 3 stacks, okay? That's the other thing. I haven't made a journal in a minute. It's been since December since I've made one. And I think I've done this with you guys before. I'm pretty sure. If you want to see more videos on how I, you know, make my journals, you can go onto the channel itself if you're not there and look in the videos. In the playlists, I have a couple of sections there that have from, you know, beginning to end on my how-to, so you can follow along. If it's not in a playlist, I generally do title them or put part 1, part 2, part 3, that kind of thing in my section, or in my video section, so, or titles. And yeah, so anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish folding these pages off camera because, you know, I don't do the editing and I don't do the fast forwarding and all that. I am going to practice. I have actually been practicing a few things, but I've had so many of you tell me that you like the way I don't do all of that, that I kind of stick to the following along with me the whole time, that I haven't really pursued a lot of editing. So I'm going to pause while I get these folded, and then when I come back, we'll put them together, okay? Hey guys, okay, so what I did was, real quick, I realized that usually in my journals, I will always make sure that I have some cardstock in there along with regular copy paper that's been dyed, because I want there to be some papers in there that are strong enough to maintain some decorative things that are glued to it that aren't going to break it down and cause it to rip or anything like that. So I took a few of the pages out. So I have 6 of each of the coffee dyed and the tea dyed. I have 2 tea dyed, and then I have 4 coffee dyed, okay, in each signature. And that's, like I said, I like to keep it around 12. So what I did was I have some of this. This is not scrapbook paper. This is regular crafting paper, and but it's cardstock. So I am going to use that, since it's that nice buff color. I'm going to use that in my journal. Okay. And just continue to, you know, prep it, get it ready here. And then I'm going to take, so that'll give me 8, let's see, 2 of these, yeah, 2 of these, and then 6 the other. That's 8 in each signature so far. Okay, and I just put them in the stack they go to. And then I'll have 2 of each of the these notebook pages that I like. Oh, I might have grabbed extra, I don't know. No, I'm good. And I like having the notebook papers because they have lines on them already, and they're kind of cool. I usually coffee dye them, but I decided for this journal, I think I'll leave them the way they are. They're pretty, and I'm not using them as a whole or anything. I'm just using them for them to journal on, so I'm not going to worry about, you know, copyright stuff. I'm not using the book itself or selling the book, just adding some of the pages to my journal. And okay, so I'll go ahead, almost done. Sorry, I realized right as I was finishing what I had done, and I'm like, oh, I don't have any cardstock in there. And I really love that color, so you know, it's kind of perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put one of these in, or two of these into each section. Okay, let's see, I'm going to make sure, yeah, got this up right. And these came out as a whole out of the notebook, so I don't have to do anything in particular. And now we're going to use our book pages. And what I want to do is, I think, with these larger ones, I'm going to use this page here. Yeah, so as you can see, if I just trim this down, I can have that map in there. And in fact, because I don't really mind if it's a different size, I am going to go ahead and just use the edges of this map as my guide. My other scissors work a little better for me. Okay. And we're just going to trim the edges off and use it like it is. Now, this paper can go into my scrap bin, and I will use it to stamp some words or some numbers onto as little pieces of decorative, you know, decoration on my ephemera. So that'll be cool. Yeah, I don't very often straight up use book page in my journals like this, and so this is going to be fun. It's going to definitely stretch me and be different. So thank you for the challenge, Miss Mags. Okay, and that's going to go into one of our sections, and it's a little bit smaller because I use the map outline, but I don't mind about that. See, so as you're turning through the book, you'll see some writing, some pictures, and it'll be cool. All right, and this page, let's see, I want to use this page. Now I'm wondering if I trim, these books are very large, so I'm not sure if they'll even still fit. I may have to go smaller and like cut into some of these pictures, you know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going as close to the edge as I can. And I will probably be, no, I think it'll be fine once I'm done. I will probably do, you know, like I said earlier, some distressing on this to kind of make it. That is really some shoddy cutting there, girlfriend. There we go. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is 11. So most of the book pages that we're going to be using them as decorative, or we're going to be using them to build ephemera and that kind of stuff. So for the most part, these larger pages lend themselves to being a part of the signature. Those smaller pages lend themselves to being made into ephemera, you know. So I think that's probably what's going to happen. And I may even break them down and use some of them as, you know, like collaging and stuff like that for the book. So we'll see. We'll see what we decide. Okay, so we're going to do did want to try and put, I really like that picture, this one right here, and this one. I wonder if I do this. I bet because this book is so big, I'm thinking if I just trim this down, I can sew this into the signature. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know for positive, but I want to try. Let's see. It might still be too wide. It's a very large book. Let's see here. Probably is. Yeah. It's still way too big. So we are definitely going to have to do it sideways. I gave it a shot. Okay. I love the sound of cutting, of paper being cut. I don't know about you guys, but I do. I was trying to trim that up a little bit. And this is just going to be a decorative page within the book, you know. Yep. Okay, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 11. So we're going to do 12. Here I believe is 11. So, or yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the second page? Did I put it somewhere else? Probably, knowing me. What did I do with it? I had 2 in each file. Oh. Okay, there we go. What about this one? I only see 1. What did I do with it? Did I move it and use it, or? That's weird. Oh, wait, it's here. I have 3 here. Okay. I'm like, what did I do? Here we go. I knew I had it. Okay. So we had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So we are now at 12 pages per signature. Okay. And so now when I go to put them together, what I usually try to do is have a cardstock page at the beginning of the signature so that I can put something to build with it. And then I'll do a couple of regular pages of coffee dyed. Let's use a tea dye here. Okay. Not that it's a huge difference. You can just tell slightly by the coloration, but nothing too big. And now we're going to go ahead and I'll use one of the pages from the book. Okay, and then I'm going to do a couple more of the dyed pages. Oh no, wait, let's do one of these. Yeah, let's do one of these. Okay, and then we'll do over here. And a couple more of the coffee dyed. So let's do one more, and then let's do cardstock, coffee dyed, coffee, and then notebook. So what I normally do, and it really is up to you, it doesn't matter now, because this is coming over and it's going to make the book, I'm looking here to measure here. So my book, it's going to bring my book to about just over 6 inches to have these pages in there, okay? And I usually have it at about 5.5, which is the size of the 8.5 by 11 being folded in half. But I'm not going to worry about that because I can choose to make my cover as wide as I want and maintain that. I like the edge of these, the pictures that are on the images that are on the edge. So I am going to go ahead and leave that, okay? There would be a time when I would trim that off, but I'm not going to this time. So all I'll do is go through, and again, I will go ahead and I'll choose, you know, the same arrangement. You don't have to do the same arrangement. Like I said, this is the way I do it, and I was asked to show you guys, so that's what I'm doing. However, you can do it in any style that you want, okay? For me, I just like it to kind of, you know, have the same organization, I guess, a little bit. So I just go through and make sure that I lay it out pretty much the same way I did in the other signature. So nothing difficult. It's nothing, you know, difficult, and there's nothing mandatory here. You can put it however you want. You can use paper doilies. You can even use envelopes. You can do whatever, you know, you have in stock. I mean, be creative. Use whatever you have ready and at hand to do. You know what I mean? Okay, I am actually, where did I put that other one? I missed somewhere. I didn't put the picture. I missed it somewhere. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't find my book page, where I had put my book page. Now it seems I have extra. And I'm not sure why. So I'm going to go on ahead and put this. Oh, I think it went right here. Okay, there we go. Okay. There's signature 2. All right. And again. Okay, pausing for just a second. Okay, guys, so here we have our 3 signatures. Everything is laid out how I want it, and we've got our book pages and coffee dyed, tea dyed papers, and some cardstock to hold our ephemera. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. This is just step 1, choosing my papers. Like I said, there are times when I will create the cover first and then move on and figure out what I want in the pages. I had a more central idea about the pages this time, so I went ahead and dove in and did that. The smaller papers I'm going to use for ephemera, and probably even might take some of them and do some gluing down and do some backgrounds. I don't know yet, but anyway, I hope you guys had a good time watching me choose my papers for this journal, and I will see you tomorrow, or, well, I'll see you in the next video. I love you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.